Hi everyone, it's Kevin across YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's video will be going over my round 15 tips, around 16 tips and previews. If you are returning Kevin in class, welcome, like, comment, share. If you're new to the channel, watch this for the first time, like, comment, share and subscribe. Now, the first two games, I picked Geelong and picked Wales, only because the Carlton Specs game. And Geelong have won more times than Carlton in the last, in the 5 outings as well. I picked Port Adelaide thinking they'll get the job done. It's 2004 Premiership reunion, and as well as, to be honest with you, their record against Brisbane Lions up at the Adelaide Oval is so good. Fortunately, got those two wrong. I picked the Swans, got that correct. I picked the D's, and they just got the job done. I picked the Bombers, and I picked the Dockers as well. Now, let's go into the round 16 tips. Now, Brisbane versus Melbourne at the Gabba on Friday Night Football. Now, I think this will be the battle of which a team will score over 80 points. I think it'll be Melbourne will struggle. I think Brisbane's midfield will be too good. They're too quick for them. They love playing the Gabba so well. Don't forget, Brisbane did defeat the D's at the MCG by 22 points. But since then, we know it's been a real tough struggle as well. Don't forget that the D's did beat them up at the Gabba in round 23, 2022 by 58 points as well. So we just got to remember that aspect of that. Now, we know that Melbourne won 3 games. And also the fact is that Brisbane Lions have won 2 as well. Round 5 as well as round 2 and round 25 up at the MCG as well. So they've won probably 3 in the end, Brisbane, compared to Melbourne 2. But they've struggled a little bit. I think Brisbane's forward line will get the job done. I think Brisbane's midfield will dominate. We know that they've won 4 and lost 1. We know Melbourne's form hasn't been that flash. I'm expecting Brisbane to come out, and I think they'll win by 25 points in a real high-scoring game. North Melbourne versus the Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium, 1:45. This is going to be an interesting game of football. We know that these two teams, the Bulldogs, like to attack. So do North Melbourne. They tend to play really, really well. And we'll see how they're going to go. But I do think that the Bulldogs will be too good. I think their midfield will be too good. And I think their forward line will stand up. And I think they'll get a reality check in North. And I think the Bulldogs will win by 35 points. The Swans versus Dockers up at the SCG. We know that these two teams have been in great form. We know that Fremantle have had the draw. But we also know that at Optus Stadium, they've got the job done, the Swans, and they've done really well. But having said that too, we know what the record's like. Fremantle, last time they won at the SCG was round 9, 2023 by 17 points as well. So it would have been an interesting game. But I'm going to say the Swans will get the job done, and I think they'll win pretty convincingly. And I say they'll win by 20 points as well. I do expect probably a low-scoring game as well. Fremantle will try and make it really contested and low-scoring. I think the Swans will be happy to win by 20 points. Gold Coast versus Collingwood at People's First Stadium now. The Magpies are coming off a bye. The Gold Coast are coming off a loss to the Dockers. Now, Collingwood have dominated the Gold Coast Suns last time these two sides met. Round 16, 2023, won by 78 points. And as well, we have dominated since we've won 3 of the last 5. So it's been pretty good for us. We've had the wins that we needed to. It's been pretty good, so definitely want to see how we go. But yeah, as I said, Collingwood won 3 of the last 5 games, and there have been 2 at People's First Stadium, 1 at the MCG, and 1 at the Gabba in 2020 round 17. And been a while since the last time that the Suns have beaten us as well. We've had a very good record against them. We've always tend to play really well against them. And, you know, there's nothing new in Collingwood's history against the Suns. You know, we tend to play really well. But the last time that the Gold Coast Suns did defeat us at People's First Stadium, and this is an interesting stat as well because we've always tend to play really, really well against them, was round 16, 2014 was the last time Gold Coast have beaten us at People's First Stadium. That's right, round 16, 2014 was the last time they beat us at People's First Stadium. So they're under a lot of pressure. We have a very good history against the Suns. So we've won 3 of the last 5, which is fine. But then if you go back further than that, we beat them at round 20, 2019, that's 4. Round 15, 2018, that's 5. Round 17, 2017 at People's First Stadium, that's 6. And then you look at that, round 22, 2016, 7. So we won 7 of the last 8 clashes. 8 of the last 9 clashes. Round 8, 2015 as well. So we tend to play really, really well. Pendlebury will be back. Mychek will be back as well. So I'm going to say Collingwood will get the job done. And I'm going to say we'll win by 15 points. I think it will be a real tight game. We have won 3 of the last 5. The Suns have been inconsistent. With that, I know they're undefeated at home this year at People's First Stadium and up in Darwin, but the boys are coming off a bye when we desperately need the break. The Gold Coast Suns played on the Sunday against the Dockers. It's the 6-day break as well, which is going to be tough. It's not like you're playing a week. You're playing in 6-day break, so I'm going to go for the Pies as well. The Crows versus the Giants up at the Adelaide Oval, 7:30. So this is huge. Now, while these two teams you can't be real confident in, one thing that you can say that the Giants have won previously at the Adelaide Oval, which was round 18, 2023 as well. So one thing that we do know is that the Giants have been good. At Energy Stadium as well, the Giants did win there. But as we know, while the Giants have won 4 of the last 5, the last win that Crows had was round 16, 2020, and that was at the Adelaide Oval in a COVID-affected season. Didn't pick the Giants basically because it's at the Adelaide. Do you pick the Crows because it's at the Adelaide Oval, or is there more to that than that? I think realistically, the Giants were good against the Power, disappointing against the Swans, lost to kick against Hawthorn, so they showed a bit of form and defeated the Cats by 4 points as well. I'm going to back in the Giants just, and I think they'll win by 7 points. I think this will be a cracking game of football. Geelong versus the Bombers at the MCG Saturday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is going to be a cracking game of footy. Essendon have won 3 out of the last 5 matches, compared to Geelong have won 1, and that was against the Tigers. But we know that the MCG has been great for the Cats previously. We know they've won 5 games in a row against the Bombers. But having said that, while people probably be thinking Geelong will win and win well, I'm going to say that this is a huge clash for the Bombers to win. And I think it will be a battle of which midfield stands up really well. Dangerfield gets off from his one-match suspension. So I'm going to say, with that, the Bombers should win. I say they win by 23 points. I can't trust Geelong. They're on the down skill haul at the moment. This is a must-win game for both teams, considering that if Collingwood win against Gold Coast on the Saturday, we'll jump up towards third as well. So the Bombers really need to win. But as much as I want Geelong to win, because the fact is that it keeps Essendon lower, I think that the Bombers have shown way too much form, and I'll get the job done by 22 points as well. The Saints versus the Power up at Marvel Stadium. Now, what can I say? This is a bogey side for the Saints. It really is. Last time these sides met was round 7 2024 when the Power won by 10 points. Now, this has been cracking games as well. They've had Cairns. They've won at the Adelaide Oval. They won at Marvel Stadium. And they haven't, lost to the Saints at all. Now, I think knowing the fact is that at Marvel Stadium, the Power have won. But they're close in Cairns. They're close at Marvel Stadium. They're really close up at the Adelaide Oval as well. Now, while I do think this is going to be a huge game, I think this will be low scoring. I don't trust Port Adelaide at all. They're under a lot of heat. They played pretty much against the Brisbane Lions as well on a Saturday. Well, the Saints have had the bye, so they would have been disappointing at home. Travel across. So I'm going to say, in that instance, while the Saints are favourites, I think they'll be fresh off the bye. I think the Saints will win by 9 points. Tigers versus the Blues at the MCG. Wow. This is where it gets interesting because the Tigers, as we know, they've won 1. Carlton have won 4. Carlton won by 5 points in round 1 2024 as well. But having said that, it's been pretty tight games so far. Richmond have won 2 of the last 5 games. Carlton have won 2 of the last 5. And we all know about the draw in round 1 2023. Now, they haven't played each other too much twice in one season, probably since 2019, 2018, and so on, I would have thought. But we all know with Richmond and Carlton is that it's going to be an interesting game of football. And while I think that this team should be winning pretty convincingly, Carlton, you just never know on where this game leads up to. Round 2019 was the last time they play each other twice. So that is pretty interesting. It doesn't happen often at all. We know the Tigers have won both occasions. And 2018 they only played each other once. In 2017 they played each other twice as well. So they generally play each other once a year. And they don't often play twice a year as well. Look, I'm going to say Carlton will win. I can't see Richmond winning. I think Carlton's forward line should be too good. They'll go through the motions. I think Richmond's defence will struggle. I say Carlton by 40 points. The Eagles versus the Hawks. And we know Harley Reid is back for this clash. I think with the Hawks, they've really had a great record. Now, we know it's at Optus Stadium. We know that last time these two sides met was round 10, 2023, when they won by 116 points. And then they also won at the MCG in round 18, 2022 as well. But they haven't had great performance at Optus Stadium. They won in round 23, 2019, and round 12 in 2020. They lost by 32 points. So the Hawks have won 3 of the last 5. So, speaking of it, it's a game where they can potentially win. I'm going to say, realistically, that they should win pretty well. The Hawks. I'm going to say Hawthorn. And I think because of the form that comes into it, and I say they win by 19 points. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to drop a like and also drop a sub down below. And also have the notifications on so you know when my next video comes out. But until next time, bye for now.